Let's get right into some notable discussions from the David Pakman Show subreddit. You can join more than 32,000 of our viewers and listeners on the subreddit, davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Join the discussion, and a lot of important things being discussed there. Here is a question that has been coming up a lot, and there was a very interesting discussion and poll of our audience. The question is, do you guys have any sympathy for anti-vaxxers who wind up getting sick with COVID-19? And we're going to look at such a story in a moment. And the majority in our audience said, no, but I don't wish death on anybody, or no, they should have known better. So a lot of not feeling any sympathy for people who don't get vaccinated and later get sick. Some in the audience said, I have a little bit of sympathy, but not much. And by far the least common answer among our audience was, yes, I do have sympathy for the anti-vaxxers who get sick, and I hope they all have a speedy recovery. I'm sort of in that minority, and I understand that there is a significant level of ignorance and disconnection from reality in many of these people. But I do consider themselves victims. And I know the Eggman will call in and say, David, you're too empathetic. That's not going to get you anywhere. Maybe that's the case. But I think that, listen, I think it's totally normal to resent the anti-vaxxers. There is no doubt about it. They're extending this. We have widespread vaccines available here, and they're choosing not to get one. And this furthers the spread, and it increases death, and it increases hospitalization. I get it. So I understand resenting, but also when I hear that someone like, for example, pro-Trump anti-vax radio host Phil Valentine is now on a ventilator, which we will talk about in a moment, I don't feel good about it. It doesn't make me, I don't like that. So that's the point of view, I guess, of the audience. Another post from the subreddit called Clearing Up the Arguments Over Mask Wearing brings up a couple of interesting questions. And it says, now that the CDC is recommending indoor mask wearing again, even for vaccinated Americans, I'm already seeing the insane outrage and ignorance from conservatives we saw last year. I thought this would be a good subreddit to make sense of the issue because I feel like I'm losing my mind. So I'm just clearing this up. Feel free to discuss. There's plenty of evidence to show that the vaccinated COVID patients do not end up in the hospital. In fact, they experience very little symptoms. This is like the flu shot, right? I remember the one year I didn't get the flu shot. I got the flu. I was bedridden for a week. I got the flu this last year with a flu shot, had a minor headache and sniffles. This is the way to debunk any argument stating the vaccines don't work. See, we told you. Then you have the mask wearing. Why would I wear a mask if I'm vaccinated? Well, because you can still transmit it to the unvaccinated. We might have some people say they don't care about giving it to unvaccinated people, which honestly I find perfectly okay. But that's the reason the CDC is recommending masks, right? Lastly, why do these conservatives think mask wearing is about government control? I don't get it. Biden hasn't taken advantage of government control at all. That's what they always said. It's a slippery slope. No, they're just going to want you to wear a mask because we haven't 100% defeated this thing, right? It's insane to me how little I can empathize with their views right now, unless I'm the crazy one, which is what I'd like y'all to help me with. Because to me, these people must be very, very stupid and lack any critical thinking skills. How is it possible to reason with them? How? You can't. And so the pretzel that you find yourself in trying to talk to these people and saying, how can't I just get them to get it? Why don't they understand it? Unfortunately, we can both feel sympathy and empathy for people who get sick and resent them and be going out of our minds because any conversation with them is an exercise in futility and frustration and desperation. It's all of the above. And, there's this concept from I don't know what area of psychotherapy it's from, but it's basically being able to hold two conflicting ideas at the same time, right? In a relationship, it might be that you find yourself incredibly angry at someone who hasn't treated you right, but yet you still love them because they're family or whatever the case may be. And you've got to kind of hold both ideas. It's the same thing here. And the word empathy keeps coming up. We can both empathize and sympathize with people who are getting sick without being vaccinated and be mad, resentful, and frustrated up to the wazoo because of those very same people. I think it makes absolutely perfect sense. Join the discussion, weigh in yourself at davidpakman.com/Reddit.